What's up, everybody? I hope you had a good holiday and a happy new year. We are slowly getting back into gear around here. It's always a little tough when you've been away for a while, but I was also a little sick recently, so that tends to slow things down. I hope everyone enjoyed our 25 Days of Fizmas on Twitter. If you missed out on that, basically every day during December for the, from the 1st to the 25th, we released a new sprite on our Twitter account from Soda Dungeon 2. So if you want to catch up on that, I'll have a link down below. Naturally, the biggest response to our Fizmas posts was, when does Soda Dungeon 2 come out? Which I should have expected. And I sort of addressed this on Twitter, but just to kind of reiterate, we don't know. We don't really have a great answer at the moment. We're just working on the game. We will update you when we feel more confident about it. In a future video, I still plan to kind of detail why the game is taking longer to create than, I don't know if longer than expected, but maybe a little longer than we wanted. But there's a lot of small reasons behind it. So I don't know if that'll be next month, maybe the month after, because I still have some stuff to show you guys. But regardless, when we know more, you will too. But speaking of reasons why the game has taken longer, I wanted to talk a little bit today about our back-end services that I've been working on. Back-end services are basically anything that involves a server and ranges from stat tracking, account creation, data transfer, and more. So in Soda Dungeon 1, we did have the file transfer system, but it was a very isolated service that wasn't really connected to anything else. That's why it was based on transfer codes. And it was also something we did after launch, so it didn't really affect the development process up front. So for Soda Dungeon 2, I'm currently working with a provider called PlayFab, who handles a lot of the back-end communication for us, which is nice. They sort of set up a user account for you behind the scenes. They call it a frictionless login, so things will be a lot more connected than they were in Soda Dungeon 1. And with them, it makes it a lot easier to do things like leaderboards, user stats, and many other things. So I'm going to go ahead and open the game up here just to show you guys a couple of the things I've been messing with. So let's see here. Let's try to get that. Okay, I think we're good. Most of it I can actually just show you right here on the title screen. So I have this gear icon, and this is probably placeholder temporary until we figure out a better way to do this, but it just helps me test the game. So opening it gives us access to the gives me access to the backend services that I'm working on. So the first thing to mention is that we already have the file transfer system technically in place. So if you look at the title screen here, you see I have one file, about 800 gold. I'm at level 4. And now you're just going to have to kind of trust that this actually works. But if I click upload to service or to server, it waits a couple seconds, and then I get file uploaded. And then I have download to slot 2. Same thing, I click on that, give it a couple seconds, file downloaded. And then if we check here, you can see that the two files are identical. And again, I realize I could just be copying these locally, but it is actually sending all the file data to the PlayFab server and then bringing it back to the game. So I'm really glad to have that kind of stuff out of the way, because it's a pretty important feature and something I wanted to take care of. So also you'll notice we have leaderboards here, and it's pretty simple right now. You can just see that it says level 10 and Pishon, that's my username, and I'm the only person on it right now. Obviously when the game is launched there should be many more entries, and I'm sure the level will be some astronomical number, but that's the back end is currently there for it. It's working, and the game will automatically report your highest level as you reach it. Now we do also currently have the option to set your username, which is a little risky because we're gonna have to police it in some way. Like we can't just, whether we censor names or we filter them out or whatever, we can't just let anyone type in whatever they want here. But you can just type in a name, click set, it'll give you the okay, and like if I go back to leaderboards, you can see that my name is already updated to blah. So now this isn't set in stone, but part of me wants to kind of do a feature where we have a sort of a pseudo profile. The idea being that you could like click on the person's username and you'd get a little miniature profile window that says, their name. Maybe they've unlocked a special title like Soda Champion or something. You could see other stats about their game progress. You could maybe see their like favorite character or favorite item or something like that. So we're just looking at ways to add a little bit of personalization to it. But we haven't done that yet, and that's one of those, like, if we get time to do it, we might do it features. And then lastly on here, you will see redeem code. And this is pretty simple right now, and this will actually lead into the mail system that I want to talk about. But right now, if you go in and type in gold and redeem, you'll get a little confirmation message. And you can also type in sword, like that, and you'll get another confirmation. And those will be, right now, they get automatically loaded into the first save file slot. So the idea behind redeem code is that we could do a lot of stuff with it. You know, I could do, like on Twitter, I could do a giveaway where I release a code that has a temporary time limit on it that gives you a special item. You know, there could be a contest. There could be an in-game event where over a period of time everyone has to do, you know, a certain amount of damage to a boss or something, and maybe they get codes for it, or maybe the game will just send them items directly. But either way, it just opens up the possibility to do a lot of special things. So if I go into the game file here, now ignore some of this. This is probably new, and I'll talk about this in a future video, and this is just placeholder, so I wouldn't even worry about it. I pretty much just took it off of Google image search. But you'll notice up in the top right corner there's a mail icon with a number 2. So early in the game, when you unlock the Carpenter class, which is right now it's the first class you can get, they offer to build you a mailbox, which you can see here, which is also very placeholder. But in the mailbox, that is where you will receive your gift codes, and you can receive other things in the mailbox as well. Like, you know, we might have it where NPCs can send you mail or messages or something like that. But right now, you can see I have the two messages in here from the 2 codes I redeemed. And the gold icon on each one indicates that there's some sort of attachment. So, you know, it's basically, it's a real simple system. So it'll say, like, you redeemed a code, and it says it's from the server and the date. And you see the 500 gold gift here. And I can just claim it, and that adds it to my gold down here. And then I can delete the message. And right now, it doesn't let you delete a message that has a gift attached to it. And with this one, so with the code I typed in sword, I get a wooden sword, which is very plain. I mean, you would never actually do this, but it's just for testing. So there's my wooden sword, and I can also delete that. And I think that covers pretty much what I wanted to talk about in terms of back-end services. We will be looking to add other services as well as we see fit, but these are the ones we want to focus on, and I think that they already add a much greater layer of depth to the game that we never had in the first game. You know, we're just kind of laying the groundwork for being able to do a lot of cool stuff. It's a little daunting because as we work on it, as we add stuff, it kind of opens the door even more, and it's like, wow, we could like really put a lot of stuff in this game. So we're trying to, you know, I wouldn't say scale it back, but we're trying to just like keep that in mind of what's worth spending the most time on. But like I said, I think in next video I'll talk a little bit more about these mystery buildings you see here, and because they definitely play into something very important that I've been working on recently. But other than that, as always, thanks for playing, and I'll see you guys next time.